Hi there, and welcome to the SAT course. My name is Andrew, and I'll be your instructor. Now, I like to kick this class off with a very simple question. Why? Why are you, and I'm looking at you, why are you taking this class? Now, when I ask students this question in real life, usually the answer I get is because I want to go to college. And that's the right answer. There's no other reason to take the SAT aside from wanting to go to college. That's the whole point of this test. I'm not going to pretend it's anything else. We'll keep our eye on the ball. Now, the other answer I sometimes get, which I don't like as much, is because my parents are making me. And that may be true to a certain extent for you, but let me just say this. You're at a point in your life, in your educational career, where the decisions you make are for you. You're making decisions about your future. And believe me, this class will be much, much more enjoyable if you are invested in the final outcome, which is going to college. All right, enough about you. Let's talk about the test. I'll use the same question. Why do schools require the SAT? Well, fundamentally, they want to make sure that you are prepared to deal with any coursework that you're going to encounter in college. For that reason, the test evaluates the skills that you learn in college: basic math, basic reading. Now, there's a critique of the SAT, and I think it's a fair one. A lot of people say, well, why not just use GPA, for instance? GPA is your track record over 3.5 years of high school, not how you did, one Saturday morning. The one downside about GPA is that it is not standardized, right? And we've probably all experienced this on a micro level. Some classes are easier A's than others, and some classes nobody gets an A. And so you extrapolate that over the entire country, over the entire world, and what does it mean to have a 4.0 GPA? At one school, it might mean one thing, at another, it might mean something else. And so even though this test might be imperfect, and again, I acknowledge that, schools use it because it is standardized. Everyone is taking the same test. I'm going to talk very briefly about the alternative to the SAT, which is the ACT. And you may already have explored this on your own, but let me just address both of them. This is an SAT course, so this is the last that we're going to talk about the ACT. Content-wise, the SAT and ACT are about, I'm going to say 80 to 85% similar. The concepts tested on math and reading in both tests are very, very similar. So what's the difference? Well, the ACT has a science section. So if you really excel at science, you might consider taking the ACT. But here's the good news. As I said, both tests are very, very similar. So if you study for the SAT for several months and then you hit a wall and you decide you want to explore the ACT, you haven't wasted any time because you're learning the basic skills that you require for both tests.